Hello guys, this is editorial analysis for 21st January 2017. As I had said on 20th January that I'll be doing a very important combination of several editorials from 3 different newspapers on Jallikattu. Very important. That's why I kept this day separately only for Jallikattu. So let's start. It's a combination of about 6 different editorials from Indian Express, Hindustan Times and the Hindu newspapers. It says that in the year 2014, the Supreme Court banned Jallikattu, which is the traditional bull taming sport which is played in rural Tamil Nadu on the occasion of Pongal every year. And it was banned on the grounds of cruelty to the animal. What happened then was that the center then issued a notification and it said that okay, you go play this sport, but it will be held under very strict supervision. Now this notification again it was challenged in the court by the Animal Welfare Board of India and PETA. Now the Supreme Court is yet to give a verdict on this challenge by the Animal Welfare Board of India and PETA. Under these circumstances, the Tamil Nadu state, what has happened is that you all know that there is a huge protest going on in Tamil Nadu, and the state government is trying to pursue the center to pass an ordinance to allow it and bypass the court verdict. So that is the status right now. Okay, now we'll go on to do certain arguments in favor of and against Jallikattu. We'll first do the arguments in favor of it. First one is that it is a 2000 years old sport and it is the tradition and culture of Tamil people. It is about the Tamil pride. Also, it prevents the native breeds from extinction, and that is one of the DPSPs under Article 48 of our Constitution. It's one of the Gandhian principles that we have to preserve and protect our indigenous breeds of cattle. Also, that a ban on Jallikattu would be imposing Western values on us. And cattle have socio-cultural and economic significance in the lives of farmers, not only in Tamil Nadu but all throughout the country. And playing of Jallikattu once in a year is just a reiteration of a symbolic reiteration of that importance of cattle in the lives of rural people of Tamil Nadu. Also, the people have a fundamental right to religion under Article 25 of the Constitution, and Jallikattu forms a part of religious lives of the Tamil people. Also, people who give arguments in favor of Jallikattu, they say that bulls have a natural tendency to behave like that, so it's not really torturing them. So these are the arguments in favor of Jallikattu, though I do not agree with the last one. Let's move on to the arguments against Jallikattu. It says that Jallikattu is a very upper caste, male dominant kind of sport, and Dalits are discouraged from participation. Sometimes they are not even allowed as spectators. They are not allowed as spectators along the main crowd. They'll be asked to stay away or watch it from a distance. Though I do not know how true that is, because I'm not from Tamil Nadu. And the arguments include cruelty to bulls. So it says that Prevention of Cruelty to Animals Act prohibits the display of animals for entertainment and for anything that causes harm to the animal. So the mere playing of this sport is a violation of that act, that's Prevention of Cruelty to Animals Act. This sport also stresses the bulls out. Like, for example, they'll be injected with hormones just before the race. They get their tails twisted and bitten. They get stabbed and jabbed by sickles and spears, knives and sticks. They get punched and they get jumped on and dragged to the ground. And all this happens before going into the arena, and they are provoked, tortured, starved and inflicted with pain to make them more violent. That induces severe mental and physical injuries and even death to the bull. Sometimes they will pour chemicals into its eyes. They'll mutilate its ears and inflict starvation on the animal. So these are some of the tortures that are inflicted on the bull, and it leads to their death also. Between the year 2008 and 14, 3 bulls died, and 43 people died and 300 people got injured during the playing of this sport. So the author suggests that, like, it's a mixture of lots of authors, so I'm just going on reading points. One author says that animals too have a right to dignified life in our country. However, an ordinance by the center right now on this would be, it would carry a serious risk of judicial reproach. So one author is like, okay, let's not give an ordinance because it will already add to the increasing war between the center and the judiciary. So an ordinance would not be a good step to take right now. One of the editorial suggests that Article 51AG of our Constitution, I'm quoting it, it says, "It shall be the fundamental duty of every citizen of India to protect and improve the natural environment, including forests, lakes, rivers, and wildlife, and have compassion for all the living creatures." So that is also, it's also one of our fundamental duties. And the author says that Indian culture is that of ahimsa, compassion, and non-injury to all living beings. So our conclusion here should be like that we should not ban the sport as such. I am not in favor of banning the sport altogether because it will be very unfair to the Tamil people. We have to reach an equilibrium here. What we can do is that the person practicing the sport needs to give a reassurance that the conditions set out of strict supervision for conducting the game will be strictly adhered to. Also, the arena should be double barricaded so that there is like safety and security of the spectators. There should be fixed galleries for spectators for viewing Jallikattu. So these are some of the measures through which we can regulate the sport instead of banning them or just allowing them to do whatever they want. So that's it for 21st January 2017.